Hey, everybody. Okay, so we're going to put in a little bit of work tonight and we're going to be inspired tonight. Charlotte Siems, she's a diamond. I believe she lives in Oklahoma. I'm pretty sure. She's a mom of 12. She's going to be on here to inspire us here in about 25 minutes or so. But we're going to get some action in right now. And first of all, I'll just kick us off talking about kind of the flow, which I made a post about this, but I know like here in Arizona, we're going to have a Sip for a Cause event Thursday. I kept thinking all day it was going to be Tuesday. Denise helped me figure out that it's Thursday. Like, oh, good, more time to invite. So, and then I know Melinda and Lori are having, and Tammy are having one in Illinois the 19th. So everyone should be working to invite to those in-person Sip for a Cause events. Plexus is donating to cancer research. So it's a perfect time to have an in-person event. If you're not able to have an in-person event, have a messenger party. I think I talked to Bridget about that. And I'm working on having one. I'm working with 3 people, literally trying to help them go silver and have a messenger event party. So I would say try to do it with 2 or 3 people and you might end up helping do one this week. And they're easy. You can do them, like have it tomorrow. It's not a big deal. You just start the messenger chat, add your people, and then you just put the information in the chat, 15 minutes, 20 minutes max, boom, you've had an event. So I encourage everybody to do that. And our 3-day challenge is going to follow up from those Sip and Share events. So just know that you're going to be promoting the products in the box. And Linda had a great post today for Metaburn. I was starting to do one. I saw hers. I was like, great. So I copied and pasted, changed the graphics a little, made it my own, and like, boom, put out some information about each of the products in there. Here comes Lori. She's getting on Zoom. So just have that in your mind, for those 3-day boxes, have them at your Sip for a Cause events. I know Melinda and Lori ordered theirs. I ordered some, Denise is ordering some. So we're gonna do those as giveaways. So they have a $20 off coupon for next month. So events, that's pretty much it. Either an in-person one, a messenger party one, whatever you want to do. You can do a Facebook, page one that's separate just for you and your people that you want to invite. Just always be inviting someone to something and always be expanding your network. If you're out of people, that means you need to expand your network. So on to our first action item. What we're going to do now is spend a couple minutes, 3 minutes, just interacting with the people on our Hot 20 list. If you don't have a Hot 20 list, then you can spend this time making a Hot 20 list. Like, have the people that you want to intentionally relationship build with. Those are the people on your list, or maybe they're to the point where you relationship built and now you need to just invite them to something, whether that's to the wellness page or to an actual event that you're doing. So that's 5 minutes we can work on. So I'm going to mute, and you guys can mute yourselves and just kind of work. You can talk on your phone, you can message, type it out, whatever. Let's just work on reaching out to people that we want to join us. Okay. I only got one message sent because it was a really scary one. So I'd like part relationship building and so by the way, I don't know how much you're on Facebook, but I don't know if you've seen, it's a new basketball mom. So we'll see. I offered samples, offered if she wants to come to an in-person event Thursday. So do something scary. If not tonight, do something scary this week. Reach out to those people that you just know you need to share with, but you're hesitant for some reason, right? Okay. I've met like 3 other basketball moms that I need to bring up the subject somehow. So be working on growing your network. All right, number 2, let's spend a few minutes inviting for your sip and share, your sip for a cause, or planning one. Does anyone need help planning one or ideas? Like have you decided if you want to do virtual, Facebook, Messenger, or in person? Anybody has questions on that, let me know here.
I'm kind of back and forth between doing a Facebook event and the Messenger event, just because I haven't done the Messenger event before. So I'm going to reach out to my people that I have in mind that might be able to join with me.
Yeah.
And see, but then I might have some questions later after I hear back from them to decide which way would be better. But I do have, I think, 3 days over, I think Friday, Sunday, or Monday next week that I can offer people and say, which days of these work best for you? Because I can do anything. And then maybe depending on what they say, I might even do more than one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like maybe do a Messenger for somebody or a Facebook event for somebody else. So those ones you tagged me in today were really helpful. I'm going to go back and look at those a little bit more
Great.
after I talk to people.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. I know Melinda and I did one, and maybe Denise was in on that one too this summer, and Christine. Seems like we did a couple of those. And trying to remember, it's bad that I can't remember. Like, did we have a lot of people join? I don't know. But the nice thing about the Messenger one is it's short and sweet. And if you do it, I almost like doing those on like a Friday or towards the end of the week, because then you can just leave it open for the weekend, and that way they can invite their friends to check out the information, or you can think of somebody else and say, oh, I had this online event. You can just get in there and check it out. I mean, you could do the same thing with a Facebook group event too. But it seems like in Messenger, it's a little bit more concise or shorter, kind of almost like less is more. You can put little videos in there. Yay, Melinda, getting in here. Our other Melinda. So, hi, Melinda. I'll let her hop on, figure out.
Rebecca, do you have a graphic for Thursday's event that I can share?
Oh, yeah.
So I know you made one for last Thursday or Friday.
Yeah, I can make one tonight.
Okay.
And pretty much you could use that blank one, not that blank one, but it's kind of busy. I don't know if you could put times and days in there. You know how I made that generic one? I don't know if you saw that one. But I can try to make a more like just for that with the little flower child place on there. Hey, Melinda, good to see you on here.
Thanks.
Yeah. So we're just kind of going through here for about 15 more minutes, just some little reach out ideas. And then Charolette Siems, I think it's Siems is how you say her last name. She's a diamond. She's going to get on here and inspire us. So excited for her to share her story. And she's all about, I said, like, I feel like we need to work on mindset and belief. And she's like, oh, I'm all about that since, like, I forget what grade she said, 2nd grade or something. Like, she's going to be amazing on mindset. So yay. So, okay. So we did a little 5-minute reach out to our people that we're really wanting to connect with and invite to duplexes, invite to events. We did that for the first 5 minutes, and then we invited or talked about planning a sip and share. And I know some of you have that in the works, a little sip for a cause. Whenever they purchase greens, Plexus is making a $3 donation to breast cancer research. So I had even thought, like, if people join, I'll make an extra donation on top of that, you know. You can do that or not, totally up to you. But okay, so now let's just spend some time inviting to the sip and share, whether that's virtual or whatever, or maybe relationship build before you're going to invite them if you're planning on creating an event this weekend. So I'm going to mute it. And while we just go to work on that, or maybe it's just a matter of make a list, work on your list for who you can schedule for a sip for a cause or a messenger event this week. Okay. Okay, you guys. So hopefully we're all finding people to invite at least to something, right? That's the goal. And I personally really want to have the like sip and share, like this month it's sip for a cause, but have in-person events once a month, at least to get back to that. because I feel like a lot of us have really missed that. And I know some people are not gathering as much, but I just feel like that's kind of been the missing piece for a lot of stuff lately, like missing in-person Plexus events, missing in-person sip and shares. So I'm thinking what I want to start doing here anyway is do them every month, like around mid-month, around the same time every month. And I think it would be cool if we did that all over the country. Like I know we've got Illinois and Indiana and California. Melinda's, the other Melinda's on here from California. We got one from Illinois, New Hampshire. So it would be neat, I think, to do it around mid-month, because, that way you're giving yourself time to get somebody plugged in, started with Plexus, and then you're giving them time to upgrade to an ambassador and get 3 people to join them. So maybe think about that, putting that in your schedule for your teams each month. The last little thing, since we still have about 5 minutes or 3 minutes till Charlotte's going to join us on here, is look at anybody in your virtual office that's a VIP. Has anybody played around with that to see the preferred customers they automatically upgraded to VIP? Because you want to be looking at that. If you don't know how to do it, see if I can tell you guys real quick. You go to points and rank first, and you can write this down if you don't have time to look at it right now. But if you go to points and, oh God, I'm searching my website with points and ranks. Hello. Anyway, you're going to go to points and rank, and then it says right there like customer type. So you would click instead of ambassador or brand ambassador, you would click VIP customer. I'm looking to see if I'm doing it right. I'm so visual, like I have to be looking at it too. But it'll show all the VIPs. Now it's going to show, if you have a fairly large team, it's going to show not just your people that you signed up as. Maybe at one point they were ambassadors and then they've downgraded to customers, or they've been inactive, so then they're showing as VIPs. Or maybe it's people you've signed up and at one point maybe they were silver, or at one point they had one ambassador under them and now they're not really ordering themselves. So then that person upgraded to be, or compressed up to you. And then now they're showing in your back office as a VIP. The problem right now is that if they're not your personal VIP that you signed up, it's not going to show their email or their phone number or their order history, which I've heard corporate is working on fixing that. I hope they're going to get that done soon. Because to me, that's really important. Like I have VIPs, Lori probably does too. VIPs that I don't even know who they are. If someone else signed them up, that person never connected them to me. So I want to be able to reach out to them, but whenever I reach out to somebody, I don't just do it blind. I look at what they've been ordering, even if it was years ago, right? Like it'll still show that order history, or it should. And I want to know their phone number because I usually text people over email. And so waiting on that. But if you have VIPs that you personally sponsored that and I think it'll tell you their contact information in there, or if it doesn't, maybe you have that in your phone, but be reaching out to them because they can order just this month till the 31st, they can order a welcome pack. And so that's great because that's over 100 PP. That's going to count points for you, but also for them, it's just a huge savings for them to get that below wholesale discounted priced welcome pack. So
I have a question on that.
Yeah.
Okay, because you mentioned we have ones in there from years and years ago. I have some that were like, that started as customers. And then like a couple of them I know upgraded to ambassadors.
Okay.
But we canceled them out as ambassadors a long time ago because we thought they might rejoin.
Yes.
I know a couple of those for sure that are on here. So
I have some like that too.
How do you think
So-
that's gonna work?
Well, it's interesting because, and like I said, I'm trying to watch those videos again and again and take notes when I watch them. Like Emily Gibson and Brooke have a good one. I need to take notes when I watch it. Melinda and I have talked about this, and you too, Lori. I think I've said I'm going to watch it, and I still haven't watched it again. I watched it once, but I need to watch it again. But I think that, and Melinda, I know you're so new at all this. You're probably like, I don't even know what they're talking about, like VIP stuff, customer stuff, back office, people that quit, people that come back. So don't worry your head about that right now. But or if you're on here watching the recording and you don't know what we're talking about, it's okay. So someday when you have a big old team, you'll know exactly what we're talking about. So yay. So okay, so Lori, yeah, I don't know, because I think that you can reach out to them. They can sign up again still. If their account's been cleared, they can sign up again, but they would sign up as a VIP customer, which is fine. They still get the wholesale price, all of that. And they may want to just sit and be just that, or they may want to start sharing their link. And then at that point, you would upgrade them to ambassador. The question I have though, that I'm not sure, because I think I heard on that Brooke and Emily video, I think I heard them, or maybe I read this somewhere, say something about if they've canceled their ambassador account before, and they'd had a welcome pack before when they were an ambassador way back when, then they're not letting them do a welcome pack again, maybe? Did anybody else?
Which would
read
be
that?
weird, because if we cancel them out, then
Well, because we used to cancel them out and then sign them up again with a welcome pack. So why is
Right.
it different, right?
right.
I thought too. I don't know. Did I imagine that, or have you read that too?
I haven't.
Okay. So I'm hoping
So-
I just dreamt that up, but I can find out. I can confirm.
Yeah, because
But-
well, right now I can tell you, like, one of my people, and I'll look to be that this is true, but I
Mhm.
think she has a customer account and a brand ambassador account.
Oh, okay. So that one, if she has both, and you might, if you want, I can call about this, or maybe you can call about it. I don't know.
Yeah,
If
she
you-
does. I can call about it, but she does have both, because her customer account was way back
Was that
in,
first?
yeah, it was like March 2015.
Mm-hmm. And then she upgraded to ambassador.
Yeah,
So they ought to be able to clear her customer account. That way she stays a ambassador.
right. Right. But that's just an example. And like, like you, I have things from 2015.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So, I think the thing.
I'll see if I
to
can find out.
keep- Okay. Oh, here comes Charlotte. All right. Hey, Charlotte.
Seen, okay, I'm unmuted.
Hi.
Gotcha.
You're good.
Okay.
You actually came in at a perfect segue time. Like we just finished some questions and answers talking about VIP and ambassador and all that kind of good stuff just now, and did some reach out messages. So welcome, Charlotte. We're so
Thank
happy to
you.
have you on here. You guys, Charlotte is a diamond ambassador and her husband's an emerald. And I believe you guys live in like Oklahoma City area, right?
Mhm. Yep.
Okay, because I was trying to think how I met Charlotte, and I met her, and I think Lori Dorwart was with me. We were in Oklahoma City to hear Sonia Dudley back in.
Did you come the event that I did for Sonia?
Yes, but this was
Was
like,
it
this was
like-
like,
6 years ago, a long
Yeah.
time ago? Okay, yeah,
exactly.
because I did it. My husband was pastoring in way north Oklahoma City, and we
Uh-huh.
had it at the church. Yes, that was
Yes.
long ago.
Yes. Lori, I think, had just gone senior gold, I want to say. And I was getting ready to go emerald, and she flew in from Indiana. I flew in from Arizona. So think that's when we first connected. And then I've just kind of seen you over the years at conventions in Hawaii and different things. So
Well, and then we connected over Messenger at the end of the Mexico trip. Just kind of
yes,
going back
we
and forth.
bonded after that trip.
Yes, yes.
Aw, well, yeah. So you guys, I'm so excited for you to hear from Charlotte, because if you didn't already read her little bio on our page, she is a mom of 12. She has a family of 30 now, when you include the in-loves, right? the daughter-in-law loves and the son-in-loves, and then the grandkids. So she is an amazing woman. She homeschools her kids. She's still, what, 2 in the nest, still homeschooling with you, right?
Yep.
So we can't wait to hear from you. And so I'm going to quit talking, and I'm just going to let you take it away. Thank you so much, Charlotte.
Okay, you are so welcome. I'm going to tell you just a little tiny bit of my Plexus story. Back when I found Plexus, I was on 2 kinds of thyroid prescriptions and another prescription for hormone imbalance. I was basically in menopause, and I had been in menopause, and I had, when I found Plexus, I was in the midst of 8 months of abnormal postmenopausal bleeding, as in bleeding every single day. I had been to 3 doctors. We'd done all the tests, all the things, and I had surgery scheduled. And by my 2nd bag of Slim, the bleeding stopped. And my doctor explained to me that blood sugar and adrenals and thyroid and hormones, all of it is so intertwined that when you affect one of them, it affects the other. And my doctor at the time actually had other patients do well with Plexus. And so after that, over a period of months, she started looking at my lab saying, "You're taking too much thyroid prescription." And so she backed me off of both my thyroid prescriptions, and so eventually I was completely off of them. And that's been 6.5 years ago. And every time I get my thyroid checked, it's perfect. And I had thought I would be on thyroid medications the rest of my life. I thought I would go to the pharmacy every month and fill that prescription, just like my mom and my sister had done for many years. And so that was a shocker. I did not realize Plexus was going to do that for me. It also took care of adrenal fatigue. I had pretty, moderate adrenal fatigue that I was trying to, heal. And so Plexus did a lot of things for me that I did not expect. I was one of those people who did not join for the business. I was going to try the products. I told my youngest 2 daughters, "Don't tell anybody at church that I'm taking Plexus." I wanted to keep it a secret. And then of course, after about 6 weeks was when my sponsor, my sponsor was a stranger. Okay, I joined her after seeing her posts on Facebook, and I just liked how she posted. And I figured she was a mom of a large family. It was Brenda Martin. And so I thought, she would understand me. But you never know who's watching, because I'm a diamond. And I joined her just because I liked how she posted. Now, I will say to her credit that I think if I would have just joined and she would have not ever, talked to me, I probably would have just quit taking the products. But, because I wouldn't have had the guidance to stick with it. But she just kept checking in on me. And then she was coming to my city to do an event for someone else. And she said, "Well, I could do a launch for you." And I thought, oh, I guess I feel so bad. She's been so nice. She's taken care of me and checked in on me. So I guess I'll try to do some kind of event. And I did. And I think I had 12 people join that night. And I said, "Is that good?" I look back now and I think, oh my word.
That's awesome.
So anyway, yeah, that was crazy. And I was the pastor's wife, so I had influence. I had actually had a blog for a long time. Let me tell you guys, I was a unicorn. Okay, I do not want you to compare your journey to mine, and I know people say, "Well, yeah, you'd had a blog and a newsletter." Well, you know what? I had stayed up till 2 o'clock in the morning writing blog posts for 4 years before that. So I put in the time, I put in the work. It's just that when I found Plexus, I had things in place so that my business did grow fast. And that goes right along with what I want to talk to you about. And I will also say there are lots of people who can get a lot of people to join, but they don't necessarily get to diamond. So let me tell you a little bit about that journey. Okay. All right. I want to talk to you tonight along the theme with how it started and how it's going. Have you seen any of those memes, or, even maybe it's on TikTok? I don't even know. I'm not on TikTok, but some of those videos or something, or there's pictures on Facebook, and it'll be how it started. And it's the girl when she's, and on her wedding day, and she's slim and beautiful, and then it shows her 10 years later, and she's got 4 kids, and they're hanging on her. She's no bra. But it's kind of like that, how it started and how it's going. So let's talk about that along with our Plexus journey. So think back to when you joined, and I don't know if some of you may be new, if any of you have been in Plexus a long time. Hold up your fingers how long you've been in Plexus if you can. Okay, yeah, we got some years here. We got some years. Okay, 1 year, get you, girl. Okay, well, I'm one of those 7.5, almost 8-year people. And so what was it like when you first started? Now, I don't know about you, but I was sold on the fast journey. Like my uplines, like they went emerald in like 4 months, and they were diamond in 11 months. And so when I was going through the ranks, I was almost embarrassed because I thought it was slow. I look back now and I just, oh my word. But I think it took me 11 months to get to emerald, and I thought that was slow. And that was my mindset too, because I was basing my worth on my rank, and I was comparing, compare and despair. And then it was a little longer, my journey to sapphire and then diamond. It was, I think, 3.5 years to diamond. But I thought it was normal to just zip through the ranks and go straight to the top. And so when that didn't happen for me, then I compared and I thought, what's wrong with me? Did you know that when you ask your brain questions, it looks for the answer? So that isn't a question I want to know the answer to. What's wrong with me? Why don't I have any rock stars? That was the kinds of questions I was asking myself at the time. If I could go back and do it over, I wouldn't do that. But we were sold on the fast journey and the unicorn. And even I was a unicorn. I'll admit that, even though I had done the work to get there. Also, when you first started, what did you think about? I'm guessing you were pretty excited when you really caught the vision for the business. You saw the dream, and you were thinking things like, everybody needs this. I need to tell everybody about Plexus. You were thinking things like, well, I'm going to rank up. I'm going to zip through the ranks. I'm going to rank up. I'm going to build a team. And then probably thinking things like, I'll figure it out. You weren't, thinking, well, I need to do this right, and I need to have a system and all that kind of stuff. I had no systems. I just had people join, and I didn't know what to do with them. And I lost 90% of them probably. Okay, y'all. In my first year of Plexus, 3 different months, I had 11,000 PV. I look back now and I think, oh my
I'm
word.
the only one going, 11,000 PV. Okay, for people that don't know what that is, that's like shit,
$11,000 in sales. Yeah.
sales. Yeah.
In a month. And at the time, I just had people ordering, and I don't think I did any customer care. If they joined as an ambassador, I sent them an email with like 8 attachments because I thought that's what somebody did to me. So I sent them all these attachments, and I thought, okay, go ahead. Okay, anybody can get to diamond. If I look back now and just think, okay. But you know what? That was my journey. I was doing the best I could. I was not then who I am now. So that's a good thing to remember, that as it's very normal for your business to have ups and downs and to go through rebuilding. But when you rebuild, or when you go into a new season, you're not the same person. So this is business 2.0. This is not, the same thing isn't going to happen. It's not going to be that you don't find any rock stars or that everybody quits, because everything's different. So don't let that mindset hold you back.
Can I just interject a second, Charlotte?
Sure.
I think this is such a good topic because, I know that, like, even for myself, I went 14 months to emerald. My sponsor above me went 13 months to emerald. So I feel like sometimes people have looked at that and gone, well, she just, makes it look easy. And I've heard the saying of like, you're in island and you're on quicksand and you're sinking and you look up and then there's so-and-so over there in the beach chair and is like, well, just come on over. I don't know how I got over here, but figure it out. I figured it out and you can too. Has anyone ever felt that way? And please forgive me if I've ever made you feel that way, because I don't, I don't want to be that person. Like, I want to give people the rope and the tools and help them get out of that quicksand. And so I feel like in a way it's interesting because like with your journey, Charlotte, you went fast to emerald, but then it was a longer journey to sapphire and diamond. And it has been for me too. I'm not to diamond yet. I got to sapphire last summer and it was 4 years getting to sapphire, which felt like forever and it was never happening. And people are like, oh, woe is you, poor thing. You were stuck at emerald for so long, a horrible place to be stuck, right? But like through all of that, I feel like it made me more relatable as a leader, because we all have those times where it is like a plateau, right? Even in weight loss or whatever. It's the same thing with our business. There's ebbs and flows. And so I love that you brought up that topic, Charlotte, because I think a lot of people do get into that comparison game or do get into that, just mindset of, well, why can't I get out of this quicksand, So I love that you brought that up.
And I am currently in a stabilization phase in my business as far as we have growth and then we stabilize, and we need to build our business for the future. Because if you're on the phone all the time with your team and all that stuff, you can't do that when you have 8,000 people in your team. And so you need to always be thinking ahead. How can I grow this? I think it's an act of faith to set up systems that will actually work for your team when it's bigger. But I am working with my team right now on setting up systems that are for the average journey, for normal people. Because the average person, the first thing they want to do is know how to take their products and get their products paid for. We don't need to be telling our new people, join 15 Facebook groups and you can get to 1,000 a month. That is not their first step. It needs to be only what is simple and necessary. And I just got back from a mastermind weekend before last. I paid 5 figures to be in this mastermind. And so what I'm telling you comes straight from that. And it is a CEO mindset. I think we are all so much in the mom part-time side hustle mindset when sometimes that doesn't serve us. So I'm getting off track here talking about systems. Okay, so that's the how it started. Let me ask you also, what are the kinds of things you did? I thought of my dreams. Like I let myself dream for the first time, and I don't know how long, because we were so poor. We had 10 kids at home, or at the time I had 8 children at home when I joined. And we had one small pastor's income and we made it. Don't get me wrong, God always provided. But I saw this as a way to provide for our retirement and for our family. And so I thought about my dreams all the time. I remember that was back in the day when on Thursdays we'd get an email and it would have a new Diamond documentary in it. And I would literally gather my kids around and we would watch the Diamond documentary, because I would tell them, I'm going to have one of those one of these days. That's where I'm going. I'm going to be a diamond. And I thought about that all the time. And so I know that as time passes, those kinds of things can fade. So we talked about how it started. Now let's talk about how it's going. Okay, how much time right now, ask yourself, how much time do you spend thinking about your dreams? Do you let yourself dream? Sometimes we have these really small dreams because we're afraid we'll be disappointed, or we don't believe in ourselves, we don't believe in the dream. But I have news for you. If your dream is tiny, it's not enough to get you out of bed in the morning. If your dream is just this little thing, then it's not enough to keep you going. Sometimes we'll reach those dreams because, I get having to do incremental. I don't think I believed I would ever be emerald until I hit ruby. Like I was not one of those people that joined the company and said, I'm going straight to diamond. I thought I could get to ruby and that would be super cool. That'd be a great income. I really, that was what I thought. But my belief grew as I grew through the ranks But my family, the money I made in Plexus made such an impact that my dreams grew. My big dream was to buy a house for my family and financial freedom. And we bought a house a year ago, and it is a 1986 house, and we remodeled it with cash, and we live in a great area. I love it. It's not my dream house, but I really like my house, but I'm not prepared to say it's the last house I'll ever buy. But I've realized I have to get my why 2.0, that I've reached a lot of the goals I had. I mean, for a long time, Diamond drove me. Well, I've been Diamond for 3.5, 4 years now, 4 years. I don't even keep track, but, and I didn't hold Diamond all that time either. That was the only rank I've ever gone in and out of. But the last year, 15 months or so, I have held Diamond, but I've reached those dreams. And so now it's time to refresh those and get, re-entry and, a second position or whatever. My husband's Emerald. So another goal would be to get him to Sapphire, that kind of thing.
Well, and
So
don't you think too, I know I'm interjecting a little bit. Don't you
Okay.
think too that sometimes, no matter what rank you're at, I mean, I'm just kind of saying this to all of my team, like if you've been at a rank for a while, and I know I can speak to this because I was at Emerald a long time, like sometimes it is necessary to like up your dreams. Like maybe it's just gotten stale and it's not waking you up in the morning, whether you're senior silver or senior gold or ruby or whatever. Maybe you do need to really reevaluate your why. Maybe make a new dream board or something, have it in front of you.
Well, and I think we just get to where we don't even think about it anymore. We think more about the problems and about what can I post today and stuff like that than we do about a dream that drives you. I was so driven to help my family's financial situation that I thought about it all the time. And so when's the last time you really spent time every day thinking about your dreams? When's the last time you watched a Diamond documentary? If you watch a Diamond documentary and it triggers you to think, well, that's fine for her, that shows you have some mindset work to do. You have some self-worth issues to work on. And that just shows you the work that you have to do. Because if Diamond documentaries discourage you instead of inspiring you, there needs to be a perspective shift. And I can say that because they've made me feel that way before. It has nothing to do with the Diamond documentary. It's all what's going on up here in my head. So we've done the how it started and how it's going. Another thing to think about is, hang on just a second, I find my place in my notes. Okay, we all in our journey now, we're always asking people, we see somebody who ranked up or somebody who seems to be growing their business, and we'll say, well, what are you doing? What's the secret sauce? Everyone's always looking for the secret sauce. We all want to crowdsource the actions, crowdsource what did you do? When instead we should be asking, what were you thinking? What thoughts were you having that created what you're doing right now? Because the thoughts we're thinking are going to affect how we feel, and how we feel affects our actions. If you don't believe me, start writing down some thoughts every day and realizing what you're telling yourself about your business. If you're saying things like, I don't know what to post, is that true? Is that the gospel truth? Would everybody in the whole world agree with that and say it's truth? No, it's a thought. It's not a circumstance, it's a thought. If you think things like, well, everybody quits. Well, apparently not, because you're still getting some kind of paycheck, thinking I don't know what to do. That is such an easy thing to say. And our brain loves it when we say we're overwhelmed or we don't know what to do, because then our brain gets to stay safe and doesn't have to do anything. So instead, ask somebody, what were you thinking? What kind of thoughts do you have that have created the actions that you're doing right now? I know that the longer you're in a business, the longer you're in Plexus, it just gets so easy to make excuses. I can't be on the Zoom because I have to go pick up my husband from work. My kids keep me so busy, and the 2-year-old was sick. We have all these excuses that we wouldn't have. We would figure out a way to work it out if we had our dreams and our vision and we're moving forward. Believe me, I've had, for every excuse you could possibly give, there is a diamond somewhere who got to diamond anyway. I mean, I could curl your hair with stories of things I've been through since I've been in this business. Went through a 2-year period where I had 5 painful surgeries with long recoveries. And during that same 2 years, all 4 of our parents died, my husband and I. I mean, and then other things happened with grown kids and all those things. All of us have had these life circumstances, but I kept going. And so instead of talking about our excuses, let's use them as reasons. Renew your vision. Some of you, your why wasn't big enough in the first place because you were playing it safe. And so no wonder you're not doing anything, because it's not that exciting. Let me tell you something, your why needs to have some selfishness in it. And I don't even want to use the word selfish. It has to have something in it for you, because that's not selfish. Because you're the one doing the work, you're the one getting up and doing it. And so if part of your why is to prove to yourself you can do it, is that you want to have a jewel that you can put on your shelf, you want to get on stage, you want to earn Disney tickets, hello, there's got to be some things in there for you. If you want to be able to go shopping and not have to shop on the clearance rack, that's a legit reason, a legit part of your why, that you can have some money that you can spend with no questions. So be sure that your why has some things in it for you. And I know that the number one why I hear is, I just want to help people. Girl, that sounds so noble. My personality type, I am a red and almost equal yellow. So I'm all about helping people. But helping people, I'll tell you what, the only way you rank up is by helping people. Diamonds have helped a lot more people than silvers. It is a noble goal to want to rank up and build your paycheck. Answer me this: how is the world better because you make more money? I promise you, our church appreciates our tithe. It's way bigger than it was when my husband made $300 a week, and that's all we had. And we still paid tithe then too. But we help so many more people. We do things for our grown children. We generously tip. We do all the things because I have more money. And so I want to remind you that when God restored sevenfold to Job, so he didn't say, oh, that's too much money, he should live in a modest home and not make too much. No, God restored sevenfold all the riches. And so just remember that the next time somebody churchy wants to tell you, well, it's not godly to make money. The last time I checked, the best way to help poor people is to not be one of them. I was poor for many years, I can tell you. I was a lot more stingy with my money when I was poor because I didn't have enough. I remember having church people over for a Christmas party, and I couldn't help but look at the snack layout and think, those people are eating my grocery money, because it truly was. I couldn't help it because it truly was our financial needs. And so when you have lots of money, you don't think about money all the time. What a novel thought. When you don't have enough money, you think about money all the time. And so I'm telling you, having more money does not change who you are. It just magnifies who you already are. We have always paid tithe. My husband's a pastor. He is out preaching a revival in a small town tonight, 2 hours away. He has been a pastor for how many years? 35 years, I don't know. He's an amazing person. I live with him. He is the same at home as he is in the pulpit. And we're the kind of people that should have a lot of money because we're going to do good things with it. People here on this Zoom, you're good people. You will do good things with lots of money. And so have some wild dreams. And part of your wild dreams can be to have a huge house. I think I want a huger house because I have a huge family. And when they come home, I love to have space for everyone to spread out and to stay together and all that kinds of things. And so we're still not quite there. We actually have a camper in our driveway that someone will stay in at Thanksgiving. It's a cute camper, but you know, have some bigger, wilder dreams. And I want to tell you one last thing about money too, is it's okay if your why doesn't include an orphanage or feeding starving people in Africa or something. It's okay. I have zero call to missions because my family's a mission, okay? I have zero desire to go overseas and spend money on something, but I'll write them a check. And so it's okay if your dream for now includes just your family. Because my family's very big and there's a lot of needs and I want to do more and more for them. And then as I make more money, my dreams will expand. But I just want you to not be thinking your dream has to sound real noble to other people and stuff if it doesn't light you up, because missions and that kind of stuff has never been my thing. I've been too busy raising 12 kids and homeschooling and all that kind of stuff. And so my family is my focus and my family is my mission field. I minister to my family. I have children in ministry. And so it lights me up to do things for my family and to be able to leave a big tip for a maid in a hotel in Denver and surprise her. That kind of stuff lights me up. Okay, so that's what I have. End of sermon.
Oh my gosh, this was so good, Charlotte. It really, really was, because I mean, whether you are watching this and you've grown up in church or you haven't, like, I think we've all, even whether we're in church or not, but certainly if we've been in church, I think there's been sort of this stigma of, well, I just want to help people and I don't want to be too showy or too salesy or make too much money. But you're absolutely right. Like, I once heard, actually it was Brooke Hemingway say, so agreed with this when she said it, but my mission in life is to help a lot of women make a lot of money, and men too, in the world, to do a lot of good. I have that memorized for a purpose, because that is exactly how I feel about it too. If we're blessed, we are to be a blessing. And it's fun giving. It's fun being able to bless other people. And so, yeah, the more success we have means that we've helped other people have success, whether that's success to help pay for their family's groceries, or that's success to help the mama pay for her mortgage while her husband's looking for a job, or to help the mom that wants to pay for their kids' sports that they couldn't afford club sports before, but now they can. Like, there's all these stories out there, and none of those stories happen. I mean, Charlotte didn't get to be a diamond. I didn't get to be a sapphire. Lori Dorwart didn't get to be a ruby by not helping a bunch of people. She had to help a lot of people, and there had to be a lot of stories change, and it's health stories, but it's also financial stories too. So Charlotte, you have really, really inspired me and empowered all of us to dream bigger and to let go of that whatever voice in our head about earning money. Like, it's so refreshing to hear that from a pastor's wife too. I'm going to let them ask some questions. We'll stay on maybe like 10 minutes. I know we've had you on here a while, but I know they might have some questions. But my first question for you is, and I know a lot of us have friends that are in the ministry, whether they're a pastor's wife or their husband's in the ministry, or he leads music or the youth ministry. A lot of us have those people in our lives. How would you recommend us really connect with someone like yourself, like a pastor's wife or somebody in the ministry or their family is? Give us some tips on that, because I know sometimes even people in the ministry can be closed off about network marketing a little bit. I don't know if you ever were, but
Well, I had some other network marketing companies I was in, but it was only to get the products. Like, I never wanted to build a team because, like I said, my kids are a team. I didn't want to do anything extra where I had to mentor people, so I didn't understand that it would fill my cup, But the thing to remember about pastors' wives is that's not their entire identity. They have dreams. They have things they would like to do. I kind of felt like, for me, my Plexus business was something I did for me. It was kind of like my own private thing. I didn't see the church as my hunting ground. I didn't talk Plexus to people. People at church knew what I was doing, and so they would come to me. And in fact, I have a customer that I had at that first launch party who still orders every single month, almost 8 years later, because they love the products. But I felt like I just, outside the church was where I looked for my customers and my, team members and stuff. So I didn't feel bad. And, I guess people will treat you, you teach people how to treat you. So I just never gave anyone opportunity to say, well, what are you doing and stuff. And I'd say, that's my business. I would not be that way. I was one of those pastors' wives who didn't make waves. But when we went to a church, I made it clear that my ministry was to my husband and family. We told them, I'm not the pianist, I'm not the missions president, that my ministry is to my husband and family. And I went to everything. I went to church, all those kinds of things. So maybe I didn't have a lot of responsibilities in the church because that's how we set it up when we went in there. But I would just treat them like normal people, because, and if they have issues with church people, you could say you don't have to sell to church people.
Well, I love it. I mean, I think I'm envisioning what you did is, you showed up consistently in your business. You posted on Facebook. People knew what you were doing. So you're right. You didn't necessarily have to go to them, but some of them did come to you because they just saw what you were doing. Right.
Right. And I think when I had that very first launch party, I invited some people, but past that, I really didn't. I never thought of the church as a place that was my main source of whatever. This was my business. It was something, if y'all pay me more, maybe I wouldn't have had to go make a business. The truth. So anyway, we won't go there. Anyway, and my husband has been able to semi-retire now. We say that. He's not pastoring a church, but he actually is a supply pastor. So he goes and preaches at a small country church every Sunday for a year now. It was supposed to be for a few months, and he'll keep doing that. And he's preached some revivals and stuff. So I love the flexibility he's able to do, and he's still doing ministry, but we're not in, he's not the senior pastor of a church. He's a supply pastor. So more flexible.
That's awesome. That's freedom right there too.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else have questions? Oh, they're all being quiet. Just unmute yourself if you have anything.
They're all scared.
Thank you, Charlotte. I really enjoyed it. You were a delight to listen to, and I jotted down some things and, got some things stirred up. So I really appreciate you coming on and talking to us tonight.
You are so welcome. And, what I really want to do is give you fresh vision and kind of a wake-up call. I think I realized recently that our Plexus comp plan is so amazing and our products are so good that we have this stable income, and that our customers and ambassadors keep ordering because they love our products, and we have this income, this residual income that comes in every month. And so we can get lulled into complacency and not be building our business. If we were in other companies, we would probably none of us be making any money with the amount of hours that most of us are putting in. And not only that, the world needs our products. I had some recent health experiences with my husband and stuff that made me so grateful for our products. Hydrate probably literally saved his life when we were in Mexico. And so, our people need our products. We forget that. We forget how amazing they are. So I just want to do a wake-up call, and there are millions of people out there that need our products, need the business, they need some income. And so let's get a fresh vision and a fresh anointing for our business and get out there and help more people.
Amen. Amen. Well, thanks again, Charlotte. You are a true gift and a blessing. We appreciate you so much for being on tonight.